I came back from my business trip earlier than planned, not telling my wife I was returning. I wanted to surprise her. As I pulled onto our street, I noticed several cars parked outside our house. The garden was filled with pink and blue balloons, and a banner hung that read, "Welcome our little miracle." The hum of the engine was the only sound as I drove down our street, the familiar sight of our cozy two-story home bringing a smile to my face. But as I pulled up, that smile faded. An unusual number of cars lined the curb, and our garden, typically adorned with simple roses and hydrangeas, was now festooned with pink and blue balloons fluttering in the gentle breeze. A large banner hung above the front door, reading, "Welcome, our little miracle." My heart skipped a beat. What was this celebration for? I stepped out of the car, my mind racing with possibilities. Sarah, my vibrant 34-year-old wife, had always been the planner in our relationship, often organizing surprises for our friends and family. But this was something else entirely. As I approached the front door, the sound of laughter and chatter spilled out into the evening air. I could see silhouettes moving behind the curtains, shadows of people I knew, and some I didn't. My hand hesitated on the doorknob, a mix of excitement and apprehension swirling within me. The door swung open before I could turn it, revealing Sarah, her face lighting up with surprise and then joy. "Alex, you're back early!" Her voice was a mix of delight and something else, something I couldn't quite place. "Surprise," I managed, my voice barely above a whisper as I took in the scene. Friends, family, and colleagues filled our living room, all turning to look at me with wide smiles. Sarah grabbed my hand, pulling me into the room. "We have something to tell you," she said. Her eyes sparkling with a secret. I parked my car a little further down the street, not wanting to alert anyone to my arrival. The front door was ajar, and I could hear the soft murmur of voices and laughter from inside. My mind raced with possibilities. Was Sarah pregnant? Had she kept it a secret? Because she wanted to surprise me, but why all these people? Peeking through the window, I saw our living room transformed. Balloons and streamers adorned every corner, and a table was set up with an array of baby-themed decorations. Friends and family were there, including Sarah's sister, Emily, who was known for her love of dramatic reveals. I decided to enter quietly, hoping to catch Sarah off guard. As I stepped inside, I was immediately greeted by the sight of Sarah, glowing and radiant, surrounded by our loved ones. She was wearing a dress that accentuated her figure, and there was an undeniable joy in her eyes. But why was I the last to know about this? The room buzzed with excitement, and as I looked around, I noticed the subtle glances, the knowing smiles, and the atmosphere charged with anticipation. Sarah approached me, her hand gently resting on her stomach, confirming what I had suspected. "Alex, we're having a baby," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. The room erupted in cheers, and I felt a mix of shock and overwhelming joy. I couldn't help but wonder, though, why this had been kept from me. Sarah, sensing my confusion, took my hand and led me to a quieter corner. "I wanted it to be special. A surprise for you, just like when we first met," she explained, her eyes searching mine for understanding. The memory Sarah's eyes met mine, and her expression shifted from joy to shock. "Alex, you're back early," she exclaimed, her voice a mix of surprise and something else I couldn't quite place. The room fell silent as all eyes turned towards me. Before I could respond, Emily stepped forward, her face a mask of excitement. "Surprise, Alex! Sarah wanted to keep it a secret until everything was perfect. We're throwing a baby shower for her." My confusion deepened. "A baby shower? But Sarah isn't pregnant?" My voice trailed off as I noticed Sarah's hand subtly moving to her stomach, a protective gesture. Then the truth hit me like a ton of bricks. Sarah wasn't pregnant. She was hosting a baby shower for someone else. But who? The revelation was about to change everything. I looked around, trying to piece together the puzzle. There, in the corner, stood a woman I hadn't noticed before. She was younger, her face lit up with a shy smile, her hands resting on a noticeably round belly. Sarah, seeing, my gaze gently guided me towards her. Alex, this is Mia, my cousin. She's the one expecting, Sarah explained, her voice soft, almost apologetic. Mia's eyes were bright, filled with a mixture of excitement and nervousness. Hi, Alex. I'm sorry for the confusion. Sarah wanted to surprise everyone with this celebration. I nodded, still processing the information. It's wonderful to meet you, Mia. Congratulations, I managed, my mind still reeling from the unexpected turn of events. Sarah squeezed my hand, her touch reassuring. I know this must be a lot to take in, but I wanted to do something special for Mia. She's been through so much, and I thought a surprise like this would lift her spirits. The room started to buzz again with conversations and laughter, the initial shock giving way to a celebration of life. I watched as friends and family gathered around Mia, offering gifts and warm wishes. I turned to Sarah, my heart swelling with love for her thoughtfulness. You always know how to make things special, I whispered. Sarah took a deep breath, her eyes filled with a mix of guilt and determination. Alex, I need to tell you something important. This isn't about me. It's for Emily. Emily, standing beside Sarah, looked at me with a mix of apprehension and hope. Alex, I'm pregnant. Sarah has been helping me plan this because I didn't know how to tell you. The room was thick with tension. Emily had been through a rough patch in her marriage, and now she was expecting a child from a new relationship, which she had kept under wraps. Sarah, ever the supportive sister, had taken it upon herself to organize this event, wanting to make it special for Emily, who had always struggled with public announcements. But why keep such a significant secret? From me? I felt a wave of emotions crash over me. Confusion, betrayal, but also a deep concern for Emily. She was like a sister to me, and seeing her in this state, so vulnerable yet hopeful, stirred a protective instinct. Emily, I began, my voice softer now. Why didn't you feel you could come to me? We've always been there for each other. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she reached out, taking my hand. I was scared, Alex. Scared of how you'd react, scared of the judgment, scared of everything falling apart again. But Sarah, she's been my rock. She convinced me that this could be a new beginning, not just for me, but for all of us, Rice. Nodded, her expression one of solidarity. We wanted to make sure Emily felt supported, especially after everything she's been through. And we thought, maybe, this could be a way to bring us all closer together, to heal some wounds. I looked around at the faces of our friends and family, their expressions a mix of support and curiosity. The room, filled with the soft glow of candles and the gentle murmur of well-wishers, felt like a sanctuary now, rather than a place of secrets. I squeezed Emily's hand, trying to convey my support. I'm here for you, Emily. We all are. The room was silent, waiting for my reaction. I felt a whirlwind of emotions, betrayal, confusion, and a sudden understanding. Emily, why didn't you tell me? I asked, my voice calm but firm. Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. I was scared, Alex. After everything with my ex, I didn't know how you'd react to me having a baby with someone else so soon. Sarah stepped in, her voice gentle. Alex, I wanted to tell you, but Emily asked me not to. She wanted to do this on her terms, and I respected that. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. I looked around at the faces of our friends and family, all of whom seemed to be holding their breath. The realization dawned on me that this wasn't just about a baby. It was about family, support, and the complex web of relationships we all shared. My gaze returned to Emily, her vulnerability palpable. I understand now, I said, my voice softening. But Emily, you're family. You should never feel alone in this. We're here for you, no matter what. A small, relieved smile broke through her tears. Thank you, Alex. I just didn't want to burden anyone else with my problems. I shook my head, stepping closer to her. You're not a burden, Emily. You're part of our family, and we stick together. This baby, I gestured towards her gently rounded belly, is part of our family too. The tension in the room began to ease, replaced by a warmth that spread from one person to another. Sarah, still holding my hand, squeezed it gently, her eyes reflecting a mix of relief and gratitude. "Alex," she whispered, "I knew you'd understand. I just wanted to give Emily the space to tell you in her own way." I nodded, my mind still processing the layers of emotions. "I get it, Sarah, and I'm glad you did this for her. But next time, let's all be on the same page, okay?" She smiled, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Promise." Turning back to Emily, I took a moment, letting the weight of the situation settle. Then, I walked over to Emily, pulling her into a gentle hug. "Emily, you're my sister-in-law, and I love you. I'm here for you and your baby no matter what." The room erupted in relieved laughter and applause. Sarah joined us, her eyes shining with tears of relief. "Thank you, Alex," she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. As the party continued, I found myself reflecting on the nature of surprises. They aren't always what we expect, but they often reveal the depth of our connections. Sarah and I spent the rest of the evening celebrating not just the arrival of a new life, but the strength of our family bonds. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of unity and love. Emily, now visibly more relaxed, mingled with the guests, her laughter mingling with the soft music playing in the background. I watched as she received gifts, her face lighting up with each new item for her baby. Sarah and I, hand in hand, moved through the crowd, greeting friends and family, sharing in their joy and their stories. The night was filled with conversations about life, love, and the unexpected journeys we all take. One point, Sarah leaned into me, her voice low and sincere. "I was worried about how you'd take it, Alex, but seeing you now, I know I made the right choice in keeping it quiet until tonight." I nodded, understanding the complexity of her decision. "It's a lot to take in, but it's a good surprise, Sarah. It shows how much we care for each other, how we're ready to support each other through anything." The evening wore on, and as the guests began to leave, the house slowly quieted down. Emily, now surrounded by the remnants of the celebration, looked at peace. She approached us, her gratitude palpable. "Thank you both," she said, her voice steady, but emotional. This means the world to me. Knowing I have your support, it makes everything feel possible." Sarah hugged her tightly, and I joined in, enveloping them both in a warm embrace. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed this story. This will help us create more engaging stories for you.